Hey YouTube, today we've got another nice little classic bolt gun here. The Czechoslovakian Vz24 8mm rifle. VZ stands for the Czech word, which is VZOR. I don't know if you pronounce it Zor or how you pronounce it, but that's how it's spelled. Which means model. 24 is the year it was officially adopted, which is 1924. And they kind of adapted this from the model 98/22, which was Czechoslovakia's first majorly produced rifle on their own, using leftover Gewehr 98 machinery from World War I. So this is just a shortened version of it. It's the same length as a KAR 98. It's really short. It's got a, I don't know the exact length on the barrel. It's got a full handguard, unlike the KAR 98, so it comes back past the rear sight. And there's a little aesthetic differences, a couple, between this and the K98, but what's weird is everything is pretty much universally interchangeable on here. I've tried the bolt in my K98 and it works, and vice versa. The same charger clips work in here in the bridge, and same length, the same everything. Actually, there was a lot of units in World War II, German units, that were equipped with this weapon because it was the same thing and it fired the same. The rear sight and the front sight are a tad bit different, but really not that bad. It's just a standard V notch like this, graduated up to 2,000 meters. The front sight's a blade with a weird shroud on it, different than the K98's shroud, later shroud. So this particular rifle is a Romanian contract, which means it was made by Czechoslovakia. I think this one's around 1940, they said, the date, 1941. And it was made for Romania, which is an ally of Germany. And it was refurbished, I'm pretty sure, after World War II, and that's why it's in such beautiful shape. This one's kind of got that red, typical Romanian refurbishment stock on it. This is made at BRNO, if you can see if this thing will focus, and it's got the serial number and everything. I don't think she's going to focus. Come on. Nah. I tried. Anywho, this thing's got two sling swivels on it too, which is kind of weird. It's got one on the bottom you can choose, kind of like the Finnish M39. It's got one on the side. I actually don't like this one right here because it kind of gets in your way, but it is what it is. This is my first Mauser ever purchased. It was purchased from AIM Surplus back in 2010 when they got a big shipment of these. I think it was like 225 bucks shipped, and then I got 2 crates of that Romanian 8mm. with it. It's a Romanian sling, the refurb sling, which is actually pretty nice. It works. And yeah, I've seen them that aren't refurbished, and they look just like the K98s. They're all worn and stuff. And these were used by so many different countries, you know, throughout the 20th century because they were such a standard model. It's actually, you know, predates the K98, of course. So it's just a great rifle. The straight bolt, it is what it is. I mean, I can deal with both. It's kind of whatever. But I think they made a couple with bent bolts, not sure, but for the most part they were straight bolts on these. So we're going to go ahead and shoot this thing today. I'm just going to see how well it groups. I've shot this thing a million times, but not really trying to go for group size. So we'll see how it does today. I'm just going to be using Yugoslavian 8mm, the surplus. So we'll see how she does. Try and get focused here. There it kind of is going. Anywho, here we go. Alright, I'm kind of missing the cameraman today. The old man's working right now, so. Alright, the Vz24. Yep, knew that was going to happen. Alright. It's got a little bit of a recoil to her. She's a good rifle though. I'll try not to knock the camera down again. That extractor's flinging them about 15 feet too, so that's awesome. It's a very, very, very smooth bolt. It's awesome. I had to try and quit knocking the camera over. Just stay there. You know what? I'm gonna have to set this on a stool or something. Alright, hopefully this will work a little better. I got it on a stool off the table. That just kind of shows you the amount of recoil. It's the same as a K98. It's kind of a shoulder pounder after a day. Okay, good. I mentioned the bolt is super smooth, but so there's 10 rounds. We'll go down and see the group. You know, that must just be me shooting to the left on all these guns. Might be anticipating the recoil or something. I'll try and slow my technique down. But anyway, yeah, it's here's 50 yards. I was just trying it out because I've actually never tried to group it before. Of course, my one super flyer. God, I just can't get a good group with that. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those, I'm guessing that's actually how the rifle can shoot, which is better than me. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this thing down to 100 and take my time shooting center mass. No holes there. So, but I'm going to have to try and compensate so I don't friggin' shoot to the left anymore. It's just me being shitty. But you can see the rifle's accurate, obviously. That's my point. So, here we go. Alright, so I apologize in advance if this is boring. I'm going to actually try and take my time with this. Because usually, as you can see in my other videos, I'm really not much of a grouper, more of a reflexive shooter. So, just do, we'll do 10 rounds, go down, and then maybe I'll do some standing firing after this, a little bit faster. But once again, forgot the paces, they're in a different vehicle, so. Oh, cool, the camera's still up. Whoops. Okay. Yep, she's starting to get warm. Alright, we'll see how she did at 100. Okay. Another one of my illustrious horseshit groups. The one wasn't really that bad of a flyer, but we'll still count that. So that's about 7.5 inches. So that's what it can do at 100. It's a pretty accurate little gun. Once again, it's shooting left. That's probably me, because it seems like all my guns are shooting left. So it obviously can't be them. But I'll do some standing up fire now. Maybe that'll improve it a little bit. Kind of remember the pattern right here. I'll move this back down to 50 for standing, because it's really hard to do at 100. Alright, once again I apologize for the solo camera work today. Don't get all the cool shots usually, but we usually do. So this is just standing up at 50. I'm going to try and shoot fairly fast, so we'll see how this goes. Shit. Come on. Yeah, some of those Yugo primers are really hard, and this spring's really tough, so that must have just been a bad primer. Yeah, usually with that, because this is a cock-on opening, I just do that so I don't have to open it up in case it blows up. So, cool. That's done. A lot of people don't like the Yugo because of that. It sucks, but this stuff performs as close to the German stuff as you can get without paying that much. Well, I didn't. This is how I used to fire this all the time when I first got it, just to see what it could take, and it's a strong rifle. It'll be 20. Alright, and then, that's getting warm. I'll show you a little bit of tips on how to use the straight bolt Mauser a lot faster, like working the bolt really fast. A lot of people, here, let me. When they go to work the bolt, they'll either grab it like this, or they'll like grab it. With this, a straight bolt, you just slap it up, kind of use the ball of your hand, pull it back, and then kind of turn your hand and push forward. I mean, most of you already know that, but there's a lot of people that were saying, how do you work the bolt so fast? Well, it's really not that hard. It's the same on an Enfield or anything else with a really smooth bolt. The K98, you can do it if you got enough practice with the bent bolt. You just slap it up, and here, I'll show you. And then just push forward. You got to use your whole arm, not just your hand. Because if you go like this, you know, you got all that time to grab it. Just actually makes it a lot faster if you just slap it. God, that was bad anticipation. That's probably why I'm shooting left. Alright, 25 rounds. The target's just going to probably be Swiss cheese. You're not going to really be able to see the group or anything. For the most part, it's all on target. That's a miss. That's considered a miss. And then 10 of those were here, so most of them are center mass or on the black somewhere. I didn't aim for the head, so. Yeah, but you can see kind of this thing, even shooting really fast, is super accurate, just like a K98. Which is why a lot of people used them. Like the Germans, the Romanians, a lot of those Balkan countries, they used them too before they went to the Yugo M48 and M24. Which the Yugo M24 was exactly the same thing as this, just with different markings. So I like that model a lot, that Model 24, all around. Just a great Mauser rifle. And I really have no complaints. So obviously you can see it's effective, and obviously you can see why it was used a lot. Go ahead and wrap this video up. I'll try and make another better one with the Vz24 at a later date with, you know, a little more time and better camera angles, but figured I'd just let you guys know what's out there for the Vz24. Thanks for watching.